we continue discussing the Dominion defamation lawsuit against Fox that is revealing so many incredible, enraging, stunning details about the behind the scenes of Fox News. And we talked about in the last segment, Tucker Carlson saying he hates Trump passionately, not at all indicating that on air. And we've discussed so much about the way in which Fox News hosts did not believe the very lies they were telling or perpetuating on air. Now we get to Maria Bartiromo, who also has a show on Fox News, is a Fox News host, and seems to be, while Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson did not believe the nonsense, but for the purposes of keeping their audience perpetuate the lies on air, Maria Bartiromo seems actually bought into these lies, which if it wasn't so dangerous, enraging, and harmful to our democratic process, it's just kind of sad that an adult person, a human adult person, would believe all of these bonkers conspiracy theories. So on November 20th, well after Trump had lost, as Brian Stelter notes here, Maria Bartiromo sent a text saying this was fraud. No one can tell me differently. Which, by the way, that's a very telling admission to say, don't give me evidence. Don't try to provide me facts. No matter what, I want to believe this. Okay. They hate him, she says, and they wanted him out because he exposes their corruption. I think he could win this. A reminder, she's not saying this before the election or even while the votes are being counted. This is after Trump has already lost. And she's saying he could still win this. Very, very sad. And then a very important part of this, her texting with her producer, and her producer, Abby Grossberg, says, to be honest, our audience doesn't want to hear about a peaceful transition. They still have hope. And Maria Bartiromo said, yes, agreed. Maybe you value the peaceful transition of power above what your audience wants to hear, because it was your lies that caused that peaceful transition of power, or in part your lies, to be hindered. And it is so dangerous to prioritize the excitement, the audience retention over the legitimacy and the significance, importance, value of our democratic process and our peaceful transition of power. Now we get to Maria Bartiromo having a text exchange with Steve Bannon, who is a bonkers conspiracy theorist, right-wing media host, who they said this back and forth. So this is Steve Bannon saying, this is Maria Bartiromo saying, OMG, I'm so depressed. I can't take this. Can you join me Thursday? Sorry about the delay. Asking, I guess, Steve Bannon to join her on the show. Steve Bannon says, yes, we've got this. Maria says, I am watching the world move forward, and it's so upsetting, Steve. I wanted to see massive fraud exposed. Will he be able to turn this around? I told my team we are not allowed to say president-elect about Biden at all. Not in scripts or banners on air until this moves through the courts. And then Steve Bannon says 71 million voters will never accept Biden. This process is to destroy his presidency before it starts, if it even starts, which is so fascinating. Him saying this process is to destroy Biden's presidency before it starts, if it starts. Okay. But he is admitting all of these lies, and who knows if Steve Bannon recognizes them to be lies or not. Obviously, you just can never know for sure unless you have the examples with Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham and executives that absolutely prove that. But regardless, all the lies, all these stunts, everything that was going on in the build-up to Biden's election was to destroy his presidency before it starts, as Steve Bannon said. Then Maria Bartiromo responds saying, but I'm scared and sad. Then Steve Bannon says, you are our fighter. Enough with the sad. We need you. And Maria Bartiromo says, okay. And then Steve Bannon says, we want you to run against Schumer, meaning a Senate challenge in New York State against Chuck Schumer. This is your moment, Steve Bannon says. And then he had a plan to make that happen that, of course, didn't end up happening. Maria Bartiromo did not run for Senate. But that shows you while many of the other hosts did not believe a word that was leaving their mouths or the guests they were bringing on's mouths, Maria Bartiromo apparently also is bought into these lies, as she is convincing other people to be bought into them. And that is quite concerning. It is quite unfortunate. It's dangerous, but also for an adult who should be able to distinguish fact from fiction, it's quite sad. Let me know what you think. Luke P. Beasley on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get the full bonus show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley. Link in the description.